Hello, my name is Tutu, and this evening I'm going to be talking about innovation. Innovation, that's creativity, being the first to come up with something. A lot of us get really apprehensive about venturing into things that no one's ever ventured into before, or letting thoughts develop that no one's ever discussed to our hearing before, and things like that. But there's nothing wrong about that. If you talk to a lot of brilliant people, or a lot of brilliant people we've read about, always have that bit of eccentricity about them. They always seem a little weird to the others because they think outside the box. They think differently to other people. Don't be afraid to think differently to other people. Don't be afraid of these thoughts when they come. Thoughts about doing something good that no one else has ever done before. Put these thoughts down. Don't let them go. What happens is, if you let it go, those thoughts might never occur to someone else. You've deprived the world. Can you imagine? You have deprived the world of something that could have been a wow creation. Something that would have helped us make this planet we live in a better place. Imagine, do you want that burden on your shoulders? I'm sure you don't. We all have innate creative ability to whatever degree that we have it, and it's time we start to put it to good use. That genius within us, when it starts to come, when we get that seemingly hyperactive brain activity and your brain is churning out stuff that you've not heard anyone do before, just put it down. It might just be the solution to something. It might just be something new and interesting. It could just be for fun. Take the developers of the cartoons. Somebody came up with the idea, somebody paid them millions of bucks to buy the copyright of them, and we have what we have today. But if that person that came up with the idea just threw it away and thought, oh, what a silly thing to be thinking about, all those blockbuster cartoons that we've all enjoyed over time would never have come to being. Take Facebook. Many of us are on Facebook today. We discuss with people all over the globe on topical issues as if we're sitting right there in the same room. We discuss like ideas, we fight, we do whatever we do on Facebook. To whatever use we put it, whether good or bad. The point is that thing called Facebook was somebody's creation. Somebody sat down somewhere and thought about the concept. And I'm sure today it's much bigger than Max Z ever thought it would be. But you see, he let that idea develop within him. He could have thrown it away. What most of us do is just jettison the idea. Oh, no one's interested in that. Who would want to know? That's a bit silly. Oh my God, brain, what are you up to today? I do poetry. And sometimes when those words come to me, many poems I've lost because I just think, what's that? What's that, instead of penning it down. So now what I do when the words come, I just pen it down. If I had to sit down and think of those words, it won't flow that way. But when it comes from within that way, when the brain just gives it to you, when it just comes from deep within you and your brain conceives it, just put it down. Put it down, and then it develops into something beautiful, and that is your creation. Not something you read in a book, not something your parents taught you. That is something you created. I like 5 sisters in the Bible. In the book of Numbers 27, they are referred to as the daughters of Zelophehad. For convenience, they do have their own names, but those 5 daughters of Zelophehad, unfortunately their dad died, and having no male child, his inheritance was going to pass on to male members of his family, however that was going to be distributed, because that was the law in Israel at that time. But these girls thought, no, dad has worked for this stuff. We are going to be needing this stuff. And then you mean we're just going to sit down, do nothing, and let this inheritance pass on to members of the family while we are in lack? And they thought, no, that can't be right. That law is really sexist, and it can't be right. We're going to do something about it. Yeah, they went up in arms in a way, but in a very good way. They approached it in the appropriate way. They went to Moses in his leadership role in the land. They spoke to the priest and the powers that be in the land. They called a meeting, agreed amongst themselves. So the idea would have come to one of them. She could have jettisoned it. She could have shared it with the sisters and they think, no, don't you go there, Noah. If you do that, the elders are going to crucify you. We're going to be vilified. Nothing good is going to come out of it. Don't let's do it. They abandoned all that negativity. They threw aside the can't do. And they said, I can. And because of that I can spirit in them, the we can spirit in them, they went to Moses, they went to the priest, and they went to the elders and said, elders, listen to us. Dad's gone. We are in need of this stuff. What do you want us to do now? To be at the mercy of members of the family, to go cup in hand begging after our father has worked for this thing? That can't be right. It's, can you reconsider this thing? Moses took it to the higher power. And the higher power said, yes, these girls are right. And for their boldness, their daring to be innovative and be different, that law in Israel was changed. Be the one that would make a change for the better, because you let that creative idea, that genius idea, that innovative idea take root, take hold, and you made something good, life-changing, with a wow factor out of it. Be that one. Don't cower away saying, brain, are you for real? I think I need to see a shrink. I'm thinking string thoughts. I'm not saying when you're thinking negative thoughts like you want to go and do something bad. Yeah, that's bad. But I'm talking about when you have creative thoughts. What if I do this and it becomes a light bulb and there is light? Those are the kind of things I'm talking about. And we all have it in us. To one measure, to one degree or the other, we've all got it. It's time to make use of it. Till I come again for another chat, or more appropriately, a monologue. Remain blessed. My name's Tutu. Thank you. Bye-bye.